Good morning and welcome to DCT, Digital Detox. We're almost at the end. It's been quite a journey. Just getting my notes. Just want to check in. Day 25. So we've got 3 days remaining to complete this particular cycle, which is dedicated to detoxing from compulsive screen time. It's an addiction. It's a thing. It's widely recognized now. Um, if you're here with me, like me, you've become increasingly aware of just the amount of time that you're dedicating to something outside of yourself and what that's doing, right? How that's impacting your life. So here's what I want to say at this point, day 25. I'd love to hear how it's going for you, right? Because your comments empower others. So what I mean by comments is putting comments underneath the YouTube video. Now, most of us are very private in stuff we want to talk about, especially when it comes to detoxing and things like that. But I think that sharing your perspective, what's worked for you, I think those are really positive things. And what's going to happen is the more that you share, so subscribe, share, like, comment, the algorithm is actually going to work for us, right? We're going to embody the algorithm. It's going to push this content out across the internet, across time and space. And it's going to share this information so that people discover this space with us. These are people that have no clue that we exist. So the more we share, the wider they get the videos get distributed. And it's gonna a lot of the time this is gonna land in someone's feed that really needs to hear it. And this is really part of our service because we're a collective, we're a family. So there are people out there right now really struggling. They've tried everything. They're seeking. They have questions. They feel turned around, incoherent by this world. And you know what? Together, we can all plant a seed of hope. So let's play this forward. Love to hear your comments. Okay, to recap, our goal here together is actually self mastery. Number one, that's the primary goal. And then to have a deeper, more balanced relationship with technology. That's secondary to the first goal here. The word detox at its root means to restore balance or equilibrium. Now, this is a flow state where we remain present and grounded. A part of the detox process requires purification. This is purging, the temporary removal of a person, place, or thing from your life in order to get some perspective, to wean off the chemicals that that thing, that person produces. Now, in the beginning, a detox can feel very uncomfortable. It can feel unfamiliar. It can leave us feeling raw. We may find ourselves bargaining to keep something or someone in our lives. In this case, technology. We may actively sabotage our efforts to withdraw through reframing our relationship with it. Now, denial is a powerful quagmire in which we can sink. And we are apt, as humans, we are apt to forget our worst days of suffering, of despair, when that object or person, and in this case, technology, has been absent for a few days and weeks. Now, ironically, the only way to deal with regression is to double down. So we're not slowing down on day 25, right? We're not slowing down. This is not the end of the school semester. We're doubling down because we're serious in what we're doing here. So this is both, so doubling down is both psychologically sound and spiritually wise. Now, your SWOT and your covenant are powerful aids in your self-mastery efforts. But there are a few more steps that we will take to seal the deal of self-mastery. Now, at this point, what I would like you to do is press pause and go and get the box that we have chosen to hold our most used device. That's probably your smartphone. So I'm going to go get mine. Okay, you ready? Right. So this is my, where is it? This is my device. Pretty big. All right. It's an Android. And this is my box. Quite big. And it fits quite nicely in there. Now inside, I've got some really lovely material. You can see my charger is in there. That's golden material with little butterflies and flowers on it and sprinkles. And then underneath that are is a beautiful piece of linen, English linen. Very nice, very pure, very, high end. All right, so that's my box. Little show and tell there. Now, the thing about the box is it's not just near the same size as my device. It's quite clunky. In other words, that does not fit into my back pocket purposefully, or my bag, in fact. Um, it's where my phone goes into at night and when I'm not using it. So when I'm not using my phone, so if I'm at my desktop and I'm working and I've got a serious project to do, I will actually put my phone in the box. Now, the box is kept in an inconvenient place, requiring me to get up and move from where I spend most of my time. And that's called creating friction. We spoke a bit about this before. And what friction does is it breaks the spell of impulsive default behavior. That's a scientific fact. Now, this forces me to take a silent appointment, to make a silent appointment with my device. If I have to get up, I have to move out of the room. I have to go and open a box. I have to turn my phone on. That's friction. It's forcing me to make a conscious effort to engage with my technology. I can't be unconscious in that process. But the box isn't a prison cell. It isn't a prison guard. It's a sacred chamber. All right. So we're reframing how we view this. And inside, as I've shared with you, I've placed the beautiful pieces of fabric, but the box needs one last item to complete it as a symbol, as a ritual, as a sacred object. And that's a promise or a statement of intention of use. Now, what that does, it declares the reason why I'm opening the box in the first place and using that device. It's stating a purpose. So today, we're going to create one together. You're going to create one. I'm going to create one. Okay. So I'm going to get some paper after I finish recording and I'm going to write these words down because I've spent some time this morning thinking about my statement. And you obviously will spend time after this recording thinking about your statement. And you may want to review your covenant for some of your values and ideas that you've already written down introspectively. Now, your statement can be anything. For me, and this is just for me, I'm not being didactic. For me, it's about respect and using the gifts of my device in ways that are wise, healthy, and ethical. This is my statement, my promise, if you will. Quote, I will use this technology with discretion and respect. I thank its creators for their efforts and investment. I acknowledge that I am solely responsible for my actions using this technology. End of quote. Now, the caveat to this is that if you so choose, the weekends are off, all right? The covenant, the statement, the box, it's off. It's off limits. Now, I believe that when we give ourselves permission and freedom, as opposed to rules and regulations, that we thrive and naturally flow into behaviors that are more functional with time. That's why the guidance I received when doing this 28-day program was that the weekends are off. Knowing that the weekends are off enables our higher faculties to run the show. In other words, once we know what's right, what feels better, we rarely enjoy the slide backs in the same way. This is maturity, the emergence of discernment, which in time blossoms into wisdom. And wisdom is the root system that holds up the tree of self-mastery. Because you've got to go as deep, you have to descend as high as you ascend. You have to reach out as far as you reach in. This is just an alchemical, metaphysical fact. So here in the Om space, practicing DCT with the guidance that I've received, we grow in all directions. I rarely will use the word ascension because I think it's a distortion. We are simply expanding. And guess what? Just like with breath, there are times when you will retract again. That is just how we operate and work. But with every expansion, you gain some ground, and consistency wins the race. So today, write down on a piece of card or paper, nice paper, not scrap paper, not the back of an envelope. Make this a sacred thing that you're doing, a ritual. Honor yourself, not honoring the tin or the box or the device. You're honoring yourself when you do this. So give this to yourself. Write down on a piece of paper your promise or statement of intention of use. Remember, this is not to your device, I've just said that, but to yourself. Then tuck that promise into your device's box. And every time you open it, read that statement aloud. When we read aloud, we are declaring it so. That's the Logos. That is the Logos. It materializes our reality. All right. So day 25. That's our homework. And again, let me know how you get on with that. All right. Now, deep coherence technique, as I say every single time, isn't just a nice little gimmicky, branded, personal branding thing that I tag on the end. It is the most important thing. Once we finish talking to the monkey mind and the brain, which is what those little drops are of information that I share in the beginning, we bypass the monkey mind and we go into a practice that will produce the most profound, this is my claim, the most profound shift you will ever experience in this life. Not because I'm something special. I am simply a channel for the information that comes through. And if you work it, it will work for you. And it goes a little something like this. Now, I like to go off camera these days because I just think we get distracted. We get distracted. So I'm asking you to close your eyes. And if I'm asking you to close your eyes, I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm going to close my eyes. Right. So DCT, deep coherence technique, is a mindful practice that coheres your biotechnology, which is divine. And your biotechnology, in other words, your body, your electromagnetic field, the body politic, the whole thing that is you, physically you, human you, hosts as a holy vessel, divine in residence that we call the Om-powered I am. Let that just sink in. While there are physical benefits, while there are benefits to this very similar in other techniques, this is unique in cohering your technology and activating every aspect of your DNA and your body. And the more you do this, simply by settling down to do DCT, you will come into a profound state of coherence. It just starts running. It's like anything in life. The more you do it, the more it comes in, the more it becomes you. So just keep practicing Monday to Friday. Remember, the weekends are off. So put your feet flat on the ground. This is step number one. Step number one is we always ground to the earth. We ground to the earth's core. We ground through the layers of the earth, but we also ground down through the third, second, and first dimension. Now, the second dimension is the elemental world. The first dimension is the mineral world. It's the world of stone, crystals, and diamonds. So we're going to go through those three layers to get to the earth's core, which is where the Schumann resonance beats out from. So bring your awareness out from the brain, from the monkey mind, from the chitter chatter. We're going to use a white feather today. We're going to scoop up. This feather is beautiful and white and lofty and light. It's quite large. It's like a fan, and it is gently magnetic. Now, in your head, your mind, your heart, even your stomach, there are lots of fluttering little butterflies which are incoherent, impulses, thoughts, ideas. What we're going to do is we're going to wave this gently, this feather around your head, your neck, your chest, maybe your shoulders, the back of your neck, where you hold tension. Gently dust all the nooks and crannies. Push that feather down, just sweep down. And as you do so, you're going to notice that all the little frenetic thoughts and ideas and worries and concerns, like butterflies, just are drawn to the feather. They rest gently on the feather and they calm down. They're not frenetic. They calm down. Now, as that feather goes down into the stomach, it pulls out all the deep-seated emotions, all the impulses, all the fears, all the guilt. And as it falls down into the groin area where we hold so much childhood stuff, so much angst, it also magnetizes, loosens, pulls up, softens anything in that area that we hold in the ground, in the root chakra, in the groin, in the cradle of the hip, the pelvic cradle. Just feel that all coming up now. Now, at this point, the feather is going to turn into liquid. It's going to be like a liquid gold color. It's going to become warm. And that feather is going to take everything that it's gathered up and it's going to pour down into the sockets of your hips, left and right leg. Pour down. Feel that pouring down. Down, running down, pulling down through the knees, through the calves, the ankles, until it pools into the feet. So your feet become very warm, almost like they're in a bowl of really warm, soothing water. Very good. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the pads, the soles of your feet. And we're going to pour that liquid down through an enormous root system. That root system is always there. It's you. It's how you connect to the earth's core and everything else. We're going to go down through those roots, through the third the second, and into the first dimension. Down, 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 down. And as you probably are aware, all of those concerns, impulses, fears, anxieties, depression even, they're just going to dissipate as they go down into the root system because they're recycled by going down through the dimensions. And we can do this anytime. We can recycle, push down and purge. Very good. Now, all the way down, we've done this a few times now together. You're going to notice that your roots join. It looks like a black ball. It looks solid, but it isn't. In here are the womb waters, the primordial heart of Gaia. So connect, surrender, let go, become one with Gaia. Very good. That's it. Just float. You're held here. You're known here. There is nothing to fear here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that remembrance, because we need to be reminded every day. We're going to take that remembrance up and pull it up like sap or nutrients or water through our roots. Up, 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 all the way up. That's it. You probably can start feeling the tingling, the anticipation of that vibration resonance frequency as it hits your feet, comes up through the feet, and like a rising tide, it's going to work its way up through your body. And I'm going to count from 10 to 0. When we get to 0, it'll be at the top of your head, at the crown chakra. And at that point, you will come into complete stillness. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Submerged. Silence. Stillness. Step number 1 is complete. You are grounded to the earth. Step number 2, we're going to activate the light body. This is a step of illumination. So all of these steps are a call to remembrance. These things are all coexisting, but by bringing our conscious attention to them, we cohere them. All right. So when we move from one step to another, that step doesn't end. It keeps running and spinning like a wheel within a sphere. So now here's the second wheel within that sphere. And this is going to be the activation of the light body using pranayama breath work, using our imagination to breathe in 5 times very deeply, hold that breath, and then release it. Now, seeing that breath as coming from the cosmic center and loaded with light codes that'll activate your body, activate your ether, and illuminate you into remembrance. 5 deep breaths. Very good. And as you breathe, remember, stay connected to your feet that are rooted into the earth. Step number 2 is complete. Light body has been activated. Again, that's another spinning wheel within the sphere. Step number 3, we are going to prime our electromagnetic field. We're going to use our hands and fingers. We're going to move our hands out, stretch out in all directions, 360. We're going to feel the space around us, which is sentient. This is a feeling step. It's not a thinking space. So what you want to do is bring your complete attention, tips of your fingers, the soles, and the palms of your hand. The soles and the palms of your hand and the soles of your feet, as you can probably imagine, work the same way. They're antennae. They're receivers of information. So you're going to be receiving kinetically information from your electromagnetic field simply by moving as you see fit. Because it's a sentient space, it's not empty air. Now, as I do this, I imagine my electromagnetic field shimmering a cobalt blue. So it's sentient. It's a shield, yes, it keeps out things that aren't for my highest good, but it also is porous. It has to be. It has to let information in. I live in the real world. I have to interact with people. I have to receive information. That's why we say it's sentient. It's a really smart technology that we run. We rarely think about it, but by doing this step every day, it brings it back into view. Very good. Step number 3 is complete. Electromagnetic field has been primed. Step number 4. We'll put our hands together like this. This is a sacred act. This is what the 9 call the unfolding. This is where we resurrect the sun, S-O-N, child of God. This is where the rising sun, S-U-N, comes from. This is an activation of the Om-powered I am that. I am that. I am. This is the divine in residence, and we are going to open and unfold. So very gently open your hands like the petals of a lotus flower. And as you do so, see the brilliance of the light that emerges from the heart. It emerges and beams out in all directions. Golden Shekinah light of remembrance, of connection, of divinity, like the rays of a sun, like the ascension of the sun. You are coming back home and you are ascending out. So let those rays beam out through your primed electromagnetic field, which has been primed to receive this Holy Spirit, this greater you, this unlimited you. You can call this your higher power if you're not a religious or spiritual person. That's what we're doing here. We're activating your higher power. And just feel the majesty, the enormity, the magnificence of who you are when you simply let go and allow yourself to be seen. Very good. Step number 4 is complete. Empowered I am has been activated. Now that we are fully actualized, realized, individuated, it is appropriate, therefore, for us to join through the vortex and the power of 9 with the greater galaxy, the greater galactic families, beings of light, the greater universal ecosystem of oneness. And we do that by opening the crown chakra now that we're grounded, activated, protected. And we receive this light, divine light, from the cosmic center. Very powerful force. We receive that down into the heart. Now, the heart is an amazing technology. It's able to take that light and synthesize it with your own light and extract out and create a waveform that we call deep coherence. Now, I see this personally. It's a white pebble dropping from above into a still lake, straight down, creating a ripple. And that ripple goes out in all directions. It's a ring. Out, out, out. When that wave of coherence reaches the edges of your magnetic field, as and where you see that, let go and let God. You will spend all of this day running deep coherence from here, from your center. And everything around you must shift because of your presence. That's omnipresence. That's omni. We're omnists. And this is DCT. When we say to you, notice what you notice. Because the quantum field, just like your electromagnetic field, is sentient and responsive and reactive. So notice what you notice. And may your day be blessed. Really, may your day be blessed. And I want to thank you for being here with me. And I invite you, when this recording ends, to sit in stillness and luxuriate for a while, if you can. I'll play this again. Go there. Go into the stillness. I will see you again very, very soon.